Hello to my Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius, let's get right into your reading. Let's see what is going on with the goings on. The moon is in Virgo. Stop dating people that represent your shadow self. You healed. So somebody could be in the mood for dating, but your shadow self, no, 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 no. So look at your sixth house. Find out what your zodiac sign is in your sixth house, Sagittarius, and kind of sort of see, moving forward, in terms of your dating life. All right, let's get into it. Let's get right into it. Let's get right into it. Yep, let's get right into it. Okay. Oh, there we go. Right out the deck. Somebody has new love coming across their path, but after dating something that was inverted, meaning that you could have been in a relationship with an energy where you thought that was like a knight in shining armor, whether it's a man or woman, doesn't really matter. But it was inverted. Like, in other words, y'all just weren't the right pair for each other. It could have come across that maybe they were jealous of you or something like that. You were in a relationship with somebody, but so y'all weren't the right pair. That's what it really boiled down to. It's like y'all just weren't the right fit for each other, and that's all it was. That's it, and that happens, right? So I feel like you learn how to save yourself, and you would have, if you had somebody like learn how to save themselves sooner, they would have walked away a long time ago. They walked away a long time ago from something. Yeah. Yep. So you're cutting ties. Yeah, you're cutting ties with possibly two energies. You're cutting ties with them. Yeah. Had you would have saved yourself. You would have saved yourself something. You're cutting ties with two energies. Yeah. And praying about something and meditating on something. Yeah. Yep. Somebody fell for some kind of bait and switch. So here we have the Two of Wands here. Yeah, so you're closing out a cycle with two energies. It could be an Aries. Could be two Aries. Because that's a Two of Wands there. That connects us with Aries. And then we got the Five of Wands there, which connects you with a Leo. And then we have Seven of Wands here, which connects us with the Sagittarius. So yeah, two people were baited into something. And so somebody is now just cutting ties with two energies. In hindsight, somebody would say, okay, now wait a minute now. Wait a second. Yeah, some people fell for some kind of bait around something that was created. But again, here we have, there's a tower. Yeah, tower moment. You're having a total recall of something. Total recall of something. Possibly with an organization that you're in, right? Or possibly a Taurus. Taurus rules second house. So somebody could have had a first impression of somebody, but didn't see something else. But like, yeah, so I definitely feel like you're now pouring into yourself more. You're pouring into yourself a whole lot more, about something. But looking here in the card, there's definitely some kind of an obsession going on here. That's what's kind of hidden in the tower. So you hear people say, here we have the Emperor card. Yeah, so two energies. It could be an Aries and a Taurus. I don't know what that means to somebody. But Aries rules first house, Taurus rules second house. And then we have the Tower card, which rules Aries and Scorpio. So Scorpio rules the eighth house. And so eight, look, when you turn it to the side, looks like a chain, like it's a chain to something, or but it also connects us with the Judgment card, which is currently retrograde in Aquarius. And so some energies were trying to stay in the loop with, and this is what you and somebody have in common, because it's the Ace of Swords. So Ace of Swords connects us with Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. So somebody was trying to stay in the loop by legal means. Somebody was trying to stay in the loop legally. And so in hindsight, you're feeling like, okay, you saved yourself because you feel like you jumped out of a treasure chest because you saved yourself. You had a feeling about something. And so, yeah, here's the Empress card. Because somebody was feeling it in their back. their back, around like their shoulders area. That's when you know the moon is in Gemini. Like when you just like talking to somebody, like somebody was even emotionally eating. Looking at your cards here. And so we get closer and closer to a full moon, and you doing your emotional eating, and you starting to feel around your back, and your psychic gifts are starting to like your spidey senses. It's like they're starting to kind of peak. Like, okay, now wait a minute now. So somebody created something to say they were saving somebody from something, but something is closed out as far as two situations are. Like I said, you're down to earth, you're relatable. Something around a Taurus and a Pisces, and then this is Queen of Pentacles here. So somebody went down some kind of a rabbit hole to find out some information about some things. It could have been just your spirit going down a rabbit hole, just like you had a feeling about something. Like, so you just started praying about something. That could be it. You had a feeling about something, you were praying about something, and you know, prayers could have been answered. Source has a way of answering prayers right away, right? But something has been a nightmare. Something has been a nightmare for you and someone else, like kind of sort of like behind closed doors. Something has just been a complete nightmare. This is a Nine of Swords. Even talk about it for two energies. Something has just been a nightmare. So yeah, here's the Six of Pentacles here. And this is what a lot of people are doing. This is not just for you, Sagittarius. This is for just people in general, right? Stop dating people that represent your shadow self. Like if you've healed from something, don't go back to something you've already healed. Like, or if somebody did something to you that brought out the worst in you, or like, had you, saying some, crazy mess, like, okay, oh my gosh, here they come over my house again, or saying some stuff that it almost seemed like you was obsessed with you just creating stuff. Source is saying something about you. You're not going to give any more time to it. You're not giving any more time to energies anymore. In hindsight, you wish you had just walked away from something because it has caused you and somebody else a nightmare. You have all the answers that you need. You are very clear. You're very, very clear on something. Very, very clear. Yeah, you'd have just saved yourself. Yeah, you would have saved yourself with something. I don't know, but I'm seeing here Six of Wands here. Yeah, there's a Leo that was looking for 15 minutes of fame. I don't know who the Leo is, but somebody's looking for 15 minutes of fame. They want to be in the center of something. They want to be, in the middle of something. But somebody's looking for 15 minutes of fame, and so anyway, so something is happening quickly. People are now getting focused real quick. Because something has two energies. One succumbed to passive and powerless behavior. The other one was egotistical, materialistic, and forceful. Somebody was being bullied, right? For money. I don't know who this is, but to grow somebody's money, somebody was being bullied. Two energies were being bullied. So it looks like on the cards here with the Knight of Cups here, it looks like people were just waiting, like sitting back, waiting to be saved, like almost like waiting for somebody to pour out or say something or whatever. Like, yeah, so that's why Source is saying stop dating people that represent your shadow self, because if you're dating somebody and they're contaminated, they're all in your ear contaminating you. They're like, just wait, hold on, wait, and that's not even you. You're like, okay, you almost feel like you're about to combust when you're around energies. It's like, oh, just wait, just hold on. Because they may have some kind of ulterior motive. And that's what I'm seeing here. Like you could have been with somebody who had an ulterior motive for just having you to just be quiet and just wait. Like, okay, what is the wait about? Like when your energy as the Sagittarius is directed outward. It's like somebody that's unhealthy. That's why something was inverted. Somebody was jealous of your situation, jealous of maybe your relationship with somebody. So they was like, no, why don't you just wait, hold on, sure, such and such. That's what Source is saying. Stop dating, stop being friends with, stop, even family members that represent your shadow self or your fire. People were trying to contain your fire, like putting your fire out in some way. Like imagine you a fire sign and like putting water on your fire sign, just so that their wishes could be fulfilled, right? But actually, you want your wishes fulfilled. So that's what Source is saying. No, if somebody doesn't love your fire, like in terms of just kind of like your like when I'm talking about like high vibrating Sagittarius versus low vibrating Sagittarius, some people will make it seem like they're saving you. Just wait, like because for whatever reason. But a high vibrating Sagittarius, I've said it a gazillion times on my channel, is a lot of fun to be around. They high vibrating Sagittarius are um, optimistic, freedom loving, intellectual. So you want to have a good philosophical conversation with some Sagittarius. They could talk to you about a lot of different philosophical, just topics, just in general, period. Um, Great at just, like geographical locations. Like Sagittarius, I jokingly call Sagittarius maps, like walking GPS, not necessarily GPS, but like walking maps. They just kind of know where things are. They'd be great at, like, if people are moving to new cities or towns or whatever like that. If, oh, you can go here for dinner. What do you like to eat? Okay, they got this restaurant here, this and that. Just a lot of information. But a low vibrating Sagittarius is tactless, restless, and irresponsible. So you have to decide, okay, somebody was saying somebody needed to be saved from something, but really what somebody was saying was that, like, either you need to be saved from something or somebody else needed to be saved from something. But really other people were saying they hit the jackpot. They hit the jackpot with your spiritual knowledge. You had access to flight, like travel miles or something on your thing. You were, you've been on stage, so people know that you kind of like, you're comfortable on stage if it's your north node. Some people are just outgoing, but some people are just, if they're in their north node, they're comfortable on stage. But something is now closed out as far as two people are concerned. You and somebody, something is closed out. So there could be two Aries involved in something. A high vibrating Aries is courageous, they're energetic, they're pioneering, but a low vibrating Aries is impulsive, aggressive, and impatient, right? So, yeah. Somebody was playing some kind of games, like somebody needed to be saved from something, but really they felt like they hit the jackpot, right? So here's the seven of, yeah, somebody was looking at growing their money, saying that somebody was, either you had a, problem choosing people, dating people, or something. But see, what's hidden in this right here is not only an obsession with the Tower card, but what's hidden in this with the behind the Hierophant card is justice. Like, two energies could have gone to court and done something behind someone's back, and that's the part that's missing here. They could have gone behind your back and somebody else's back, saying that you needed some kind of, your emotions, like emotion, what am I trying to say? Like emotionally unstable, or you needed somebody to save you from something. Like in terms of, like, y'all know what I'm saying? Like, if you're at a certain stage in your life, people feel like they need to choose your love interest for you. But really, it's an obsession with wanting to know who's in your life. Like, you can't choose a love interest for yourself. And that's very unhealthy, because it was done, something was secretly done behind someone's back. A whole lot of secrets was done behind yours and someone's back. And that's why Source says stop dating people that represent your shadow self, because they were linking up with other energies who were doing stuff behind people's backs. And that's what this reading is. So yeah, any last messages, Source, as we close this out? That's how you and somebody going to start seeing your money grow, because now something is out. People were linking up with other people, like, no, just wait, sit back, just wait on something, wait for somebody to say something, wait on something. Really what somebody's waiting on is some unfortunate phone call to come through. Here we have karma. But yeah. Because that's the Ten of Swords there. That's the Ten of Swords. When somebody waiting on, oh, wow, they were so depressed. They were so this and that. But somebody was linking up. Somebody was in a relationship, or could have been, or relationship doesn't mean that it was romantic. You could have been, it could have been your adult kids. It could have been a spouse. I mean, or it could have been a spouse. It could have been a partner. It could have been a good friend that you thought was a good friend, that was sitting there like, no, let's wait. But they all linked, they all connected together. So you're tossing something into a burning bowl and you're done. You're done. Something is closed out. You're done. Yep. That is what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. Let's get a few more cards here. We're going to close this out. It's time to start dating again. It's time to ground yourself, right? Throat chakra cleanse. In other words, speak up. Somebody that's, I mean, to balance it out, to live a softer life. When I see this inverted triangle on this Knight of Cups here, it lets me know that somebody that you were connected to is jealous of you. That's why somebody was like, okay, no, 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 just wait, just wait, just wait. You know, somebody's saving somebody, right? It's time to open your vault door. Time to open your vault door and always bet on you. Like, you're thinking for yourself, somebody listening to their own intuition, like, okay, why am I emotionally eating every time I think about somebody? Journal your journey, dream even bigger, and don't give yourselves a headache over something. Yeah. Some energies really wanted you to just sit back and just wait for a phone call or something. And yeah, that's not your spirit. Really, whoever I'm talking to is really not your spirit. Usually just to kind of just pick up a phone, call people, go visit, you know, here, there, you know, having conversations and all of this. But because something was done to split two energies up by two Aries and to come in between somebody because somebody was traveling locally and then something went global and everybody fell for the bait. But something goes back generations. So you're breaking some kind of generational cycle chain and curse. You're breaking some kind of generational cycle chain and curse when it comes to just love and loved ones and sitting back and just waiting and just going along with the flow and all of this other stuff. Somebody's no longer just going along with the flow. Somebody's saving themselves when you're dealing with, you know, whoever it is. Yeah, so here we have the Six of Cups here. Something in you, just something in you, you're cutting ties with some energies because it's I feel like somebody inherited a lot of gifts when they were a kid. This is interesting. Like whenever I see the Six of Cups, I always think of like, you know, like little kids inheriting gifts and they don't even know. They like an adult in a little kid's body. Like some of the stuff that they say, like they may say, "Oh, their knees hurt when it's about to rain," or like they may like when they're talking about like their maybe their joints are swollen or something. They may say some stuff like you would hear like a grandparent say, meaning that they like some of them have inherited gifts, and I feel like somebody inherited this gift of saving people when they were younger. So it could have been somebody in your family that you felt like you wanted to save when you were younger. They may have transitioned. You know, like sometimes you hear people's testimonies when you ask them, well, why did you go into this profession? Why did you, you know, why did you become this kind of, you know, professional, maybe a doctor or something like that? Somebody may come back and say, because when I was younger, I wish I could have saved such and such person, and that could have sparked something. But for you, and just like other people, just like you and someone else, as I'm looking at the Ace of Swords here, you and somebody were something about traveling. Somebody likes to travel. Something could have inspired, like something could have struck that match in you when you were little. Like maybe you traveled around a lot. Maybe somebody was in the military or something. Somebody traveled around a lot, but something sparked that in you. Like kind of moving around, traveling, trying to help people, wanting to save people, those kind of things. So yeah, Source is saying stop dating people that represent your shadow self because they take you out of who Source created you to be, right? So here we have the Two of Swords here. Um, so somebody's kind of at a, you know, sort of at an impasse about something because they were blindsided. So yeah, so now somebody has full working knowledge of something at a higher frequency. So I do feel like somebody's getting ready to educate themselves more in their North Node, whatever your North Node is. And that's what I have for you. I'm thinking if there's any other cards here. Yep, so somebody's about to educate themselves about their North Node and just like, okay, yeah, let me pull my birth chart. Let me find out what my North Node is. Let me save myself the stress of being confused. Let me start really pouring into me. So that's what I'm saying. Like you're going to start really pouring into yourself in ways where you learn how to save yourself. Like that's your moon sign. Really pouring into you. That's where you're going to have your breakthroughs. Here we have you are complete. You are not broken. Nothing is wrong with you. Don't spend your life fixing problems. Dwell in the beauty of your being. You are enough now and always. Yeah, somebody was in a relationship with somebody who was actually jealous of you. I mean, that's it. They could have been jealous of and this is something that could have been somebody you maybe had kids with. And somebody may have inherited that same, if you have kids, you know, they could have inherited that same kind of feeling like they got to save you from something. But really what it is, like, okay, just trying to find something to do. So you're letting go of something. So let go of negative people and toxic beliefs. Your time on earth is precious. Invest it wisely and be mindful of who you spend time with. Yeah. Including your, you know, if it's an ex, whoever you have kids with, and you have adult kids, if they inherited that same kind of, I got to save you from yourself, but they're doing something behind your back that you represent your shadow self. Like what? Like maybe you used to date people that you feel like were, you know, coming in on this white horse or whatever, but I don't feel like that's you now. You've learned how to save yourself. So here we have a deeper world. Don't push or force your way through. Finding balance even in the dark times will open your heart to the depth of compassion in everyday moments. Yeah, embodiment. So now is the time to make your mark in the world. You decide what feels right to you, embody your leadership power, and create your world out of your deepest desires. And that is it. I was trying to say, did I pull the number card? Yep. Yep. So this is it. And something has come to an end for you. You're initiating some kind of change. You're just, something has come to an end. So yeah, limitless. So there is no beginning and no end. All is infinite. It's time to develop your spiritual side. So you are gaining new sight and understanding of both godly and